All right, we are live. Today we're building a gaming PC with a 12600K. It's going to be an Intel build. We have DDR5 today. Pretty excited to get this thing started for you guys. Using a lavalier mic today, so let me know if it sounds okay, if anything's off or anything like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this, man. I'm excited. It's going to be good. Uh, let's see. First thing is I got this refurbished motherboard off Amazon. It's a B760. Links in the description today. Everything I'm building with, a link is in the description for you to be able to use for your own stuff. I have affiliate links. But yeah, this thing's pretty basic. It was $80 off Amazon, just a refurb unit. And we'll see if it works or not. Hopefully it does. Um, let's see. It is build time. It is build time, guys. So hopefully the mic sounds good. Let's see. Oh, I did not mean to start that. We have the DJI cam over here, so I'm going to go ahead and position this. Oh, graphics card fell. I'm going to position that camera over there so you guys can actually see it when we work. But I can move this bad boy, and actually I can totally just take it off its PC. I kind of use my PC right here, if we can see it, as the mount. So wait, oh, it's hard to see. Yeah, this PC's metal right here, and it kind of just mounts to my PC with a magnet. And yeah, it's pretty nice. But yeah, let me go ahead and move this camera. My chair's in the way. Mic sounds great. Good. It's good to hear, man. It's a good investment. Put this power supply down there. I hope you boys are ready to see greatness today. And you know what? I want today to be a very interactive stream, so go ahead and just let me know down in the comment section below what questions you got about PC stuff. So far, it's just JD Tech Mods. Totally cool. But yeah, let's take a look at the pins. Are the pins bent? Can you guys see them? I will zoom in on it. Does this refurb unit have bent pins? Me personally, I don't see any. It is a beautiful socket. So no, it looks like we don't have any bent pins there. That's a very wide angle shot, but hey, at least you get to see everything. So we'll get right back into building. I'm gonna go ahead and close this while I pull out the 12600K. You can never be too careful when it comes to bent pins and whatever, but yes, we are using the 12600KF today. It is a phenomenal CPU. Got it for $147 off the Amazon Prime Day sale. A lot of these items I got were actually during Prime Day, so the prices are gonna be higher now. It's just kind of how it is. That's not the side I'm supposed to open. I looked like a total noob there. I always open it from this side. I don't know why I was doing that, but I'm not going to keep that box or anything, so it doesn't really matter. Open says me. Open says me. All right, there we go. Say goodbye to the 12600K box here. It's the 12700K actually. Yeah, it's not the 12600K. It's the 12700KF. So it's got 8 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores. It is glorious. It's a glorious CPU. think Intel really needs to do something with their branding on the IHS though. Like, they just need to make some cool logo to put on their CPUs. Like, it should say like Core Ultra on the new ones, like how Ryzen has that with their CPUs. I think that's a very big thing in the mind share of consumers. It's just how it looks when you actually put it in, right? So you install the CPU with a simple descent, all right, followed by a little wiggle to make sure we're in those little dots. There's 4 dots here. No, it's very difficult to see. I'll do my best to show you guys. See, you see these 4 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're nestled in there. We ought to be good. I'm gonna close that. And bada bing, bada boom, the CPU is on. Put a skull on it. Yeah, I mean, they could put a skull on the IHS even, like how they had on the Nooks, and that would look really cool. All right, boys, so now that we're done with the CPU, you already know the drill. We're gonna do an NVMe SSD. Today, I have the Patriot Viper. What is it, P410? This thing was on sale for $50 on Newegg when I picked it up. I'm like, Gen 4 drive for 50 bucks. I'm gonna take that all day long. I bought 2 of them. So I looked on Amazon and it's like $80 now, guys. Prices are climbing by the hour when it comes to PC parts, and a lot of people are saying it's the AI boom. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but particularly DDR and storage is climbing in price, just absolutely climbing. So this is what it looks like up close. It's got a nice little controller on it. It's actually visible right there, the controller. It doesn't have any chips on the back there. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and install this bad boy. I'm gonna get my little screwdriver out. Oh, these actually take the big screws. Or do they? Yeah, this they do. Yeah, Patriot Viper is a nice brand. I like rocking their RAM. Actually, the very first kit of RAM I ever got was from Patriot Viper. It was DDR4 2933. Remember that? 16 gigs of it. Paired it with a Ryzen 2600X. Interesting. This has no, that is definitely not supposed to be a thing, I don't think, but this has no pad. It's just straight up like metal. That is not supposed to be a thing. Oh, also JD Tech Mods. I just realized you have the fan icon by your name. That means you are a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. It's really honestly just symbolic. You know, the $1 a month doesn't really do anything for me, but you know, I figured if I made the price low enough, maybe we could get like 100 members or something. At that point, it could be kind of significant. Also, the icons I made for it, I think they're pretty cool, I gotta say. So let's install this SSD. Also, it didn't come with a freaking screw. What the heck? Okay, that being a refurb unit, I might have to go in my garage and get a screw for this thing. Oh wait, no, it uses the screw. That's nice. The heatsink has a screw on it. I think that's how we'll do this. So it's like that, and if I believe so, we'll kind of just screw it in with the heatsink. Is it even safe bare metal touching this? I'm not sure if that's safe. JD Tech Mods, let me know. I don't think that's a good thing. I mean, there's no parts that it could touch that would hurt it. To be honest, I might just not want to use this heatsink. This drive's not going to throttle or anything like that, especially because it's above the GPU. Now, another thing that I'm noticing about this board for $80, it's okay, I guess, because like if you look at this board, I wish I could zoom out. I only see one NVMe slot. Like, that kind of sucks. On an LGA 1700 platform, that is not very good. But you know, for $80, I'm like, it's whatever. This person probably won't ever install another SSD, to be honest with you guys. The people that buy computers from me, they don't really upgrade without my consent. Like they'll call me back and ask for an upgrade, right? So yeah, that's how that whole thing goes. Next up, we got this RAM, okay? It is Predator DDR5. I thought this RAM looked kind of nice. It's CL32, I believe. I bought it for like 85 bucks or something like that, and now it's like 130 bucks. I literally bought this like 2 weeks ago. So it's just like, dang, dude, prices are going up. Oh, you're right. You guys are right. There is another NVMe slot. Dude, it was hiding. So there's another NVMe slot right here. Okay? It was hiding from me. Still though, two NVMe slots isn't really that good in my opinion, but on a low-end board with a low-end buyer, that's gonna be all they ever need, to be honest with you. Now me, I max out all my drives. All right. Do you guys think the thumbnail was funny? I actually, for that thumbnail today, man, that camera's really far away. Hold on. For the thumbnail today, I thought it would be funny, you know, since this is a live stream and it's like off the cusp, I thought it'd be funny if I just made it look as low quality as possible. Like I used the worst text, I just stretched the image, and I just thought it'd be hilarious, bro. But here's this RAM up close with the DJI. I've seen Moist Critical, the YouTuber, do that with some of his thumbnails. I'm like, dude, maybe if like I just make the thumbnail look horrible, people will want to click on it. I don't know. But yeah, here's the RAM with the Sony cam. It's sleek, dude. Like I would not mind rocking this RAM on my system if they had like a QDIM kit that was like 9,000 speed. As you can see, it is CL32. Can we read that? CL32. Okay. And we are going to use second and the fourth slot. That did not sound good at all. And that's because this hole doesn't line up. The sticker on this RAM goes towards the CPU. I don't know why I was doing. That's usually the case, actually. Or does it? Yeah. Yes, it does. Glorious. The RAM is installed. Slick RAM, bro. Yeah, you fill all 5 slots. So I think on my board I have, I think I have 6 slots because my motherboard has 5, and then I added a add-in Gen 4 NVMe cable, or like a PCIe card. And the cool thing about the Strix board that I have is the very bottom slot is PCIe Gen 4x4. So it's just like, yeah, that's great. Is something wrong with the stream right now? It shows like a close-up on my face when I switch to the other camera. Huh, I'm gonna try unplugging that right quick and see if I can fix that. No? Deactivate, activate. All right, I have no idea why that happened. It probably overheated because I set the DJI to go to 4K. Usually it's on 1080p. Hopefully it looks better. I think it looks better today. But I might have to switch it back to 1080p because it just froze. It froze at a weird spot too. That's kind of weird. But yeah, we can go ahead and what's next on the table? I think next we're gonna do our CPU mounting bracket. This is ID Cooling. I've used a lot of ID Cooling products, so this should be no problem for old Silicon Steak here. So Ninja Guard, I haven't seen you on the channel before. Also, happy Friday, SW. Sorry, just saw your comment. It is a good Friday indeed. Good Friday to build a PC. Okay. I don't need that yet. This is a weird bracket, I must say. Like, that's a weird looking LGA 1700 bracket. The thumbnail felt like I was gonna take your soul. I wonder if it's working. Do we have a lot of people watching? No, not really. Oh well, I feel like it sets the expectations for what the video is. It's jank. Let's see. Put the back plate on here. Go into place. Go into place. All right. It's into place. Now, I've never seen actually this one before. It should be similar to their other coolers. Yeah, it's very similar. Should I use Patriot RAM? So, JD Tech Mods, do you work with someone from Patriot? If I remember right, like, I know you work at Fantex, right? But you have insiders at Patriot. I did contact them for samples and things, and they totally ghosted me over there at Patriot. So, I don't know if I should use their RAM. They don't really seem to want anything to do with me at the moment. All right. I mean, who can blame them though? We got like 6 viewers right now. Okay, let's see. Here's the instructions. All this looks different from what I'm used to with them 5. This thing is like this screw looks a little different. I'm guessing what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take that screw and it's kind of like a standoff, looks like. Oh, it's only coming out your right side? Sorry about that. I know how to fix that. Yeah, tell me stuff like that, JD Tech Mods. Come on now. It defaulted to mono audio. I might have to go into my Ding Dong app for that. All right, one sec, guys. because the DJI Mimo app, I did select dual audio because that allows this mic and the other mic to be on 2 separate tracks. So if I ever do an interview or anything like that, I can separate the two. Is there a way to do this within? OBS here. Yes, there is. Okay, guys, I'm about to fix it. And that right there should have fixed it. Should be on both channels now. Sorry about that. JD Tech Mods, let me know, man. Oh, did you let me know? Right side sounds louder. Okay, yeah, you did say something. That probably hurt the viewers a little bit. But that's all good. Okay, guys, we're getting back in the building now. It's what really matters. Oh, I just played the stream. Okay. Okay. We're getting back in the building, man. Dude, yeah, this little mic, I mean, it came out at the end of last year or something. Like, this mic is like not even a year old yet. And it was on sale for like half off. And I'm like, yeah, buddy. LGA 1700. I believe it goes like that. Nope, it goes on the inside. It's not. Cooperate. Why is that one not wanting to go in there? I wonder if I flipped it on the wrong side or something. I think I definitely did, actually. The sound is perfection now. Don't worry, boys. We just got to get this back plate mounted. You really want to do that before you put it in your motherboard, and then you have to focus on all this with all the case in the way and all that. It's just annoying, to be honest with y'all. There we go. And now we can put these little nuts on. The power of the 12600K. Guys, I was thinking about this. Would you rather have a 12700K? I keep on saying 12600K. Would you rather have a 12700K or a 14600K? Let me know. Because I won't say what I would prefer. I want you guys to tell me in the comments first. All right. There is the motherboard mount, or the CPU cooler mount. All right, finally, we can get the case up here and screw the motherboard in the case. So excited for that. All right, guys, so I'm gonna move the camera, get the case up here. What'd you say? I don't have, you mounted the board and the back plate wouldn't fit. Yeah, dude, that feels horrible. Okay. Let's see. You see me now. Me and you are working together to build this PC. You're gonna cooperate. Funny thing is, when they shipped this computer, actually one of the glass side panels was out and loose, and I was like, dude, is there something wrong with this thing? So I gotta be careful, and this glass falls, then I'm screwed, basically. It feels really good to have like a lab mic, be able to talk to you guys with high quality audio anywhere in the room, I must say. I should have got one of these earlier. But I mean, I had a lav mic before that I used to film videos, but it was all like dedicated and offline. Like you would record only audio to it, and then I'd use that audio in post to add it to the video. Now this I can put on top of video. So I like to have both just in case I need one or the other. This is where my trusty wire cutters come in. See if we can get a close-up on this. I don't know if that's any better, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut all little cable ties, because I hate like undoing them. How did it not shatter? Dude, I don't know. It did not shatter though. Let's see. The IO shield's somewhere around here. Somewhere. Here it is. All right, guys, so now we have the dreaded IO shield. Last week, or whenever I last filmed, I think it was last week, this thing gave me a very hard time. This week, we're gonna get it done real quick. So let's do it. Just pop this bad boy. I got this. I believe you guys got to cheer me on. Like, for some reason, this case is just exceptionally hard to put IO shields in. Like, it does not fit properly. As you can see, it popped right out. I might have to just use the trick from last time and just mount the motherboard with the IO shield just like right on the back of it without actually popping it in. I know this is riveting PC building gameplay. Like, dude, it doesn't fit properly in this case. Like, I love this case, but that's the one thing they kind of screwed up on, is mounting the IO bracket in this thing. Just, yep, screw it, man. I'm just gonna do the old strat. First, I gotta get my screws that came with this thing. Where did I put those? Here they are. Get these screws. It's kind of crazy how these streams go. Like, we get the first section where it's like, oh, like you just get all the fun stuff. You get the CPU, the RAM, the NVMe, and then you just have this stretch that you're just battling the case for like an hour. Just working around the case, and then finally you get the GPU, which is the fun part again. So it's just like the start is good, the end is good, and the middle kind of just sucks. But that's how PC building can go sometimes. You just have to enjoy the process. All right, so pro tip for you guys. Just grab that IO shield, okay? And then just like position it. Where am I at? Position it on the back, okay? I know the ISO is like, it's overexposed, but like I'm just gonna hold it, okay? Oh, I'm tearing stuff up. And bada bing, bada boom. We're just gonna use the power of friction, of force, and boom, it's in. It is in. Now I get my extra long screwdriver here, and I'm gonna screw this thing in. So what do you boys think of the, what is it called? The Xbox Ally. What do you think of that? I'm thinking it's just a show, or it's the start of things to come with price to performance. The death, if you will, of price to performance. Things just are costing more, dude. Like, we're having a COVID 2.0 when it comes to inflation, and it's not fun. You know, like, I don't know if this angle or the other angle's better. I mean, you can see my face here, so I think I'll just switch in between them every now and then. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, what's 60 series gonna cost, dude? Is like a 6070 gonna be like 600 or 700 bucks? Like, we might get to that point. Okay, I'm trying to make this thing work. I got a couple of the screws in, but the other ones are not lining up how I would like them to. Yeah, AI Bubble is not playing around. That's for sure. Trying to position this to where, because of that IO shield, it's not fully cooperating. Take a look at the IO shield over here. All right, I think I can get it in there now. Dude, usually mounting the motherboard is so easy, but just because of this case with the issues, the IO shield and all that, it's sometimes difficult. Like, I have to push the motherboard into the back of it to line it up. There we go. So how you boys liking Battlefield 6 so far? I think it's kind of a banger. We may have a banger on our hands after all these years. Oh, that was not going in to the socket. Okay. Last one I need is that. All right. Our motherboard is now mounted. So we have a glorious PC in the works, boys. Don't want to speak too soon, but I think this PC is going to be pretty glorious. Disclaimer, it's going to look a lot like the other PCs I built. If you're catching a trend here, when you're flipping PCs, you find something that works, all right? And then you repeatedly do that until it does not work anymore. Just giving you the strats here. That's kind of how business works. You find something, you know, these fish cases work really well. Wow, this IO shield's misaligned a little bit. He will probably not be able to use the display port on this motherboard, but he has an F CPU, so he shouldn't really, everything else is lined up. But yeah, when you're flipping PCs, you just do what works, okay? And then you don't ask much questions after that. But let's go ahead and put the power supply in. I'm gonna move this a little bit. Yeah, Battlefield 6 is a blast, bro. And it runs well too. Who knew you could do both? All right, boys. Switch the camera. Next thing we're rocking is a power supply. Now, don't let this power supply deceive you, the box, because I'm not using this power supply. I bought this power supply off Woot or whatever, and it was new. This thing was 80 bucks, and it's 850 watt ATX 3.1 power supply. It was like actually really good. Like people said reviews, they ran 5080 off it. I actually took it out and put it in my previous build, that 2080 Ti build. I was having some issues with the 2080 Ti. I thought it was because the PSU. It turns out that PSU was fine, and it turned out to be something different. I'm gonna make a video on it, but I wanna shout out Terrace. He's one of the channel members. He sent me some God tier thermal paste, and let's just say that fixed the issue. And that 2080 Ti had some new life into it. But what we're actually using today is this same old ASRock PSU that we use every single time. 650 watt ATX 3.1. It's non-modular, which is actually good for pre-builts. You don't want modularity for pre-builts because that way you have to include all of the PCIe cables and whatnot. So yeah, this is what we have, and it's gonna work just fine for what we're rocking. I haven't really revealed what GPU we're using. Now, I'm just gonna do that. Screw it. We are actually gonna be using the RTX 5050. I know, crazy. Using this with the 12700 KF, what am I thinking? Well, if you actually take a look at tech performance performance charts, this thing is on the level of a Arc B580. So it is around 2080 Super performance level. And, you know, then it doesn't really sound too crazy to be pairing this with a 12700K. The reason I did is just because right now, LGA 1700 is just really good value to where the price to performance of it makes more sense than going with AM4. So typically I would pair this with something like a Ryzen 3600 or something like that. But since DDR4 costs so much and you know the platform is as expensive as it is, going with the LGA 1700 platform is only like literally like $80 more or $100 more. And at that point, you're getting over double the performance in multi-core, you know, more IO. And yeah, I just feel more comfortable building with LGA 1700 now and Zen 4 and 5. So I got this thing locally for $170. And for that, I think it's pretty good. I kind of want to do a video with overclocking it because I'm pretty sure when we overclock this thing, we can get close to like a 2080 Ti. I don't know, maybe it's possible, but I'll put this thing back. And we're gonna go ahead and put in the PSU. Well, actually first, I always forget to do this, but I need to route my cables. So we'll do this dreaded USB cable. Where is it at? Here it is. The weird thing about this is I see that it has 2 front panel USB-C connectors, where that other B760 board Asus made didn't have a single one, but it also had like PCIe Gen 5, so it's weird. This one has PCIe Gen 4, which kind of sucks for the RTX 5050, but it's whatever. I prefer PCIe Gen 5 when we only have like 8 lanes or whatever it has. But yeah, this guy, boom, USB, easy. This front panel. Oops, sorry if I just clipped the audio for you guys. This mic has a magnet on it and it's stuck to the case, so. Haven't seen any new comments in a little while. All right, and then what else are we looking at? Audio. This build will be glorious. I built this build for about like 680 bucks, I think. I'm probably gonna list it for 800, maybe 850. Considering the market, I should probably just do 900 and just call it a day, because I think that's still even a good deal. Especially, I think I will put an overclock on this 5050 and just leave it for the consumer, because I think it's actually gonna be worth it. I'll obviously make sure it's stable and all that. There's no fan header down there. That is strange. I'm plugging in the USB or the fan hub right now. So that's weird. This thing only has 2 fan connectors. Like, that is not enough for a case. I'm screwing the PSU now. It's kind of funny that I just made the thumbnail like so jank, and then like the first half of this video, I just have like, you click on it, like someone that doesn't even know me, and then you only get audio in like your right ear. That's hilarious, bro. All right. Whew, okay, we have our power supply in now. The next step is cable extensions, of course. You gotta have these when you are doing TC flips. You skip out on these, you lose like $200 in revenue. Let's see, I could probably, dude, this DJI is awesome. Oh my gosh, heck yeah. Let's switch to that. It's probably not going to look right with this on, though. All right, now you can just look at me as I install this thing. We can just talk about PC hardware. If you guys have questions about it, that is, what's your questions about it? Okay, guys, you know what's so crazy? Somebody that lives across from me, he has like a whole radio tower. He's like an old trucker guy, and he basically sends out radio waves to different truckers like all over the US. That's how powerful his radio is. And it's so powerful that you can hear it like through my mics. You can hear it through my headphones when like I'm gaming. And I can hear it right now. Like I can literally hear him talking on his radio, and it's coming out of a feedback loop somewhere in here. It's actually crazy. Hello, JD Techmogs. Hello, Reluctant Hero. Welcome. Right now we are doing cable extensions, right? Thought it would be a nice little thing. This is the other camera of me doing that. Dude, I downloaded 64 petabytes of RAM. My PC's faster than it's ever been. No, dude, but for real, like, he's literally right out that window on the other side of the road. He has a huge radio tower. I can hear him talking on it right now, but it's coming through like my headphones. Like, I don't know where it's coming from. It's not from there, but somewhere in this room, it's transmitting. Like one time I tried to record a video on this mic down here. Dude, I gotta tell you all about this mic. And all you hear is just him talking to other truckers. So what I did with this mic is I got a pop filter and it didn't fit. Like it went on the side of the mic right here. So what I did is just put the pop filter over it and then put a rubber band on it. But it looks good, and now I don't like pop. Like it sounds actually really good. And I got a new little holder for it so it doesn't like fall all the time like it used to. Dude, he's got a mega amp. I got this tangled a little bit. I literally hear him talking right now. Like I wonder like if you guys on the stream can ever hear it, because like this is a wireless mic, like it might pick that stuff up. And I wonder if it's like harmful for my health. Like I know radio waves are very low frequency or whatever. They have like a low impact on your health and whatnot, but it's like that's like high power what he's shooting out like all the time. But you know, everyone's got their own hobbies here. Okay, so let's see. See, we don't want these dull old exposed cables, do we? These are ugly. We want these white ones. These are glorious. So that might have just been my stream actually that I heard because I had it going. I think it was my stream, but I'm not crazy, okay? I'm not crazy. I can hear that man talking through my headset sometimes. Oh, I thought it would have switched. Oh well. Okay. Can I do this? Oh, you guys are gonna hate me, but I put this on the wrong way. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't got time for that. Like the cable combs were facing the wrong way, basically. Okay, there was no click, but it's because they put a sticker over it. over the motherboard pinout. Okay, next thing is the CPU cooler. Or not the CPU cooler, but the CPU power cord. Let's do this thing. Might be a ham radio. I'm pretty sure it is a ham radio. Like, I've talked to that man before. Like, he's a really friendly guy. Like, obviously, I get packages to my house all the time, and I don't live in the best neighborhood, but my rent is super cheap. And he was telling me people like eye my packages at sometimes, and he said he just stood out there with a shotgun. Like, literally, this is Texas, y'all. He stood out there with a shotgun, like, at night when some people were trying to, like, get into my truck, and they saw him and they ran away. Like, he's like a Larry the Cable Guy looking dude. Like, he looks a lot like Larry the Cable Guy, but like older, a little older. Okay. Let's put the CPU one on. Bada bing, bada boom. I swear, these little PCIe cables, when they split apart, it's the most annoying thing. Like, why can't they just be together? I know that you have to separate them sometimes, but like, the default should be together, not apart. Okay. I'm just gonna come around here for this part. Oh my gosh, this is a tight fit. This is a really tight fit. Yeah, we all got guns, bro. If you boys ever try to find my house and break in, he might shoot you. So do not try that. Like, if you ever find out where I live, do not just try to come stalk it, because that man might come after you. Dang it. Dude, it will not fit. I have to take it apart to fit it. There we go. I'm just gonna move this camera. Oh, it froze. Dang it. There we go. Now it's super close to my face. You can see my pores. That's what we like. Installing the CPU. Heck yeah. Let's do this thing. Dude, the dual camera setup, the importance of that cannot be understated. I have to say, like, if you don't have a cameraman, you need a dual camera setup, or tri-camera setup, or quad, because how else are you gonna do all this at once? Dude, this cord likes to come apart as I try to plug it in. I hate that. Like, why do they make them like that? They should, like, clip on and stay on. We need to do a donation stream. Dude, I want a Lazy Susan so bad for, like, B-roll shots and stuff. I just don't know which one to buy. Like, if you guys want to donate to the channel, I will use the money to buy stuff to make the channel better. Constantly doing that, so. I do have my PayPal. I would donate through there because I get 100% of that. YouTube, if you donate off your iPhone, I get 50% of the donation, so it's like, that kind of sucks. It's better than nothing, though. That's the only way you can donate. All right, we did it. Let's take a look. See if we can flip it. Bada bing, bada boom. See, look, dude, the DJI is OP, man. Crazy looking build. So now, what's your best guess? What do we have to do next, guys? We have our CPU, we have our motherboard power, we got our RAM, SSD, CPU. What's next? Do we put the GPU in? Let's see if you guys know. I'm gonna go ahead and get what we need though, because I already know. Let's turn it to that camera. Yeah, well, okay, I haven't told you everything about this neighbor, though. You know, I haven't told you everything about him. There's more things that aren't, like, as desirable. So, yeah, this neighbor also has cameras, like, all over his house, and they, like, face in the direction of the street in my house. So that man, like, sees everything I do, like, basically. Like, he just monitors the whole neighborhood. Yeah, and he sees my wife coming in and out. Like, he doesn't, like, do anything weird or anything like that. Like, he has his own wife, but he just tells me, he's like, yeah, I see that. Like, what's going on with you? Like, I don't know. There was, like, when I was working on my thesis, I had to stay home, and I had to work from home a lot, and he was just like, what's going on? Why aren't you working? And I'm like, I don't know. Just stuff like that. But he's just looking out for me, you know? So next we're gonna do thermal paste. You guys guessed it. Or maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I didn't see anybody in the chat actually guess, so shame on you guys. This CPU cooler came with thermal paste. Dude, what is this? This is sad. ID cooling, this is sad. There's like no thermal paste in there. Okay, scratch that. We aren't using that. Here. I'm gonna position the camera to be a little bit higher. We're actually going to use my faithful old thermal paste from AliExpress that I always use. Yeah, I mean, the free thermal paste, probably shouldn't use it with the 12700K. Honestly, I've used that on Ryzen 3600s before and no issues. Absolutely no issues, but you're right. I don't know how good this thermal paste is. Now, like I said earlier, a member of the channel, Taurus, did send me some thermal paste, but this build doesn't deserve it. I used it on something far more special. I'll make a video out of it because I think it's pretty interesting. And I'm very messy with this stuff, but hey, it works. There you go. Peanut butter, dude. Peanut butter ought to work, dude. Peanut butter ought to be pretty, that's like, what, thermal conductivity of like 100 megajoules Kelvin or whatever? Let's see. Key tip for you guys, if you do not have paper towels about to wipe off your thermal paste spatula, just get the manual. Wipe it off with that. Doesn't do the best job. but it's better than nothing. I don't really want this thermal paste gunking up my table. So there you go. It's a little bit cleaner, if you can see it. All right, so now we have the glorious PC with thermal paste on it, CPU. How did I do? There's a line in the middle there, but not bad. We're gonna go ahead and mount the CPU cooler now. And where's that? That's this bad boy. It's kind of interesting. This thing has a little cord. I need to zoom out, dang. This thing has a cord on it, you can see. And that actually provides an RGB signal to the top of it. So this thing's gonna have RGB on the top. That's gonna sell like hotcakes, I'll tell you right now. The problem is up here, yeah, that's a big problem, is we only have 2 fan ports for the whole system. So like, what the heck? I need to go grab a fan splitter for this thing to make it work, but I'm not gonna do that now. I'll plug that in later. Right now, we're just gonna make sure that we peel off the sticker like that. Make sure the heat pipes are exposed there. And I'm not sure which way their logo is supposed to go, to be honest. I always do it this way. Yeah, that's right. That's definitely right. I wonder if these CPU coolers with only 2 screw holes are like, have less uniform pressure. Because it's only, whoa, that's popping out. That's not good. It's less uniform, right, than like 4. I feel like 4 would be better. All right, it's on there good. That'd be cool if this fan had a fan splitter on it. That would be smart if they included that. And of course they did not include that. This fan looks pretty ding dong basic. It has this just 1 4-pin. Wait. Oh no, it does. Oh, thank God. It does have a little fan splitter right there. But it's RGB fan, and it does not have an RGB plug, so it's not ARGB, and that sucks. I hate that. I would have never bought this if I knew that. However, I did not know that, so it's on me. Let's see. I just thought it looked different. I thought it looked cool. So the fan part on this is not going to be addressable. It's not going to be white. It's going to be rainbow. Let's see. To make this extra fan header work, I'm going to have to put these brackets on in a very specific manner. Can you please work with me here? Come on now. Okay. Trust me, guys, it's way easier to do all this before you put your GPU in. Do not wait to put this fan on until like after you put your GPU on. I had to do that actually last time, I think. It can be done, don't get me wrong. Like if you're skilled with like a screwdriver or something, you can make it work, but it's just so much easier. So much. If you just do it before. See, if you do everything in the order of operations, like what I'm doing right now, I should have plugged this fan in before. But now I have to manangle my hands through this little spot. Or you could just buy a freaking huge PC case, like my Lian 011 Dynamic. Affiliate links down below. And you don't have to worry. No, I know you guys can just see my back right now. Just look at my back in glory. All right, there we go. See, that's annoying sometimes. Get the cord back there. Tuck it away. And there you go. We have the CPU cooler on. Last step is the GPU. RTX 5050, a little monster, okay? This thing will clock to 3.2 gigahertz if you push it. And now that I think about it, it has GDDR6 VRAM, so it's not going to be able to be pushed as far as I would like it. For whatever reason, NVIDIA skimped out on the VRAM for this bad boy and gave it GDDR6, but on the laptop version, it has GDDR7. NVIDIA's response was reasons. Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and install this bad boy for you guys. Make sure that we got a good view. I'm not gonna lie, 5050 being a dual slot seems unnecessary to me. Like, they should make this thing as small as possible and make it, like, not require a PCI power. If I was them, that's what I would do. Actually, last step, we gotta get that PCIe power. Can't forget about that. Let me grab that. Oh, that's exactly what I didn't want to do. All the screws just fell. All the screws. Dang it. All right, so we're gonna install this right quick. This thing really should not use PCIe power, but it uses an 8-pin. Like, what the heck? Why does a 50 series card use, or 50 class card use an 8-pin? Should just use PCIe power. Because that way you could put it in like optiplexes and stuff. But no, they gotta beef it up and make it use an 8-pin, which, cool. Yeah, we can't overclock it, don't get me wrong, that's cool. But that's what the 5060 is for. This thing's only like $50 cheaper usually. I got mine for $170, but this PCIe power is doing that thing where it's just separated. And I hate that. There we go. Should go right in. There we go. All right. Now it's for the 5050. You boys ready? You're ready for this? Installation of the RTX 5050. Has DLSS Butter Smoothland 4X multi-frame generation. Basically, this 5050 equals a 4080, RTX 4080 in performance. I don't make the rules. Deal with it. I actually wondered, does this thing really only have Gen 4 or is this a Gen 5 slot? Pretty sure it's Gen 4. Oops. I was manhandling that, let me tell you, but it went in. This little card is not meant to be manhandled like that. Like everything in this case, I just have to like push back a little bit. I know it's kind of dark in here, guys. There, let me turn the other one on. That probably helps a little bit. And the power connector for this thing is like all the way over here on the right. RTX 5050. Bro. Reluctant Hero, you said it, not me. I've actually said it before though. Yeah, once you get the Halo tier GPU, there's no going back, man. Like, that's it. I don't have anything to upgrade to. Like, I was doing the math, like crunching the numbers. Once we get to 2 nanometer, it's the 7090 probably be 80% faster, you know, once they push it, maybe 70% faster than the 5090. At that point, I'm still not 2x, and that is like 4 or 5 years away. Like, I have to wait such a long time to get meaningful gains. It's double-edged sword, right? Because we are also going to have, I'm going to have a high-end GPU for a long time. I don't have to upgrade. But that also means I don't get to upgrade. I'm not going to lie, I don't know how I feel about the power connector being all the way over here. Weird aesthetic to me. Like, I can't really run the cable on this side. Come on, follow me here. Because that power supply doesn't leave enough clearance to run the cable. So I have to kind of run it right there. But yeah, this is the PC build. I know it doesn't look like much, but the bones are good on this thing. You know, B760 motherboard, DDR5. You have 650 watt power supply. You know, you could upgrade to like a 6070 in the future. This thing's it's gonna be good, okay? And with the 5050, like if you're only playing at 1080p, you're getting Arc B580 performance, you know, 2080 super performance or so. But with all the new features that are probably going to make it run even faster, probably closer to 2080 Ti level once you overclock it and use DLSS, not FrameGen, just DLSS and all that. Yeah, dude, I did get a 5090. Dude, okay, define the word get, because did I get a 5090? No, I bought a 5090. NVIDIA didn't hit me up and ask me if I wanted a 5090 or anything like that. Maybe they'll do it for a 6090. You boys tell Asus, you tell whoever, you know, ASRock, Gigabyte, MSI, and NVIDIA that Silicon Steak needs things to review as well, right? And to build with, to show off for you guys so you'll buy it, and that's the whole reason they want to send it to me. But let me go ahead and hook this PC up here. I'm going to hook up the SATA to the fan controller and the RGB, and then we're going to turn it on and see what it looks like. So yeah, I actually don't have a problem with them using half of the lanes. Um, I just wish, like, I actually like them using half the lanes. If the GPU doesn't need it, like, don't waste the money on uh on manufacturing it, and don't make my motherboard use all the lanes. The problem is that modern motherboards, like consumer boards, they still don't allow you to do bifurcation to where like you could use those lanes somewhere else. Like that's what I want. Like if my GPU only needs 8 lanes of PCI Gen 5, that's all I want to use. And then I want to use the other 8 lanes for NVMe drives or a network drive or Ethernet adapter, something like that. So that's kind of like where I'm at with that whole thing. I don't mind. I always try to get, like when I look for motherboards and things, the highest version of PCI Express for the dollar. People often don't view it as like a positive thing. They don't really see it as they see it as a nothing burger. PCI Express version, for me, I'm like, dude, that is what you want out of a workstation, out of your computing experience. For gaming, sure, doesn't matter that much. To me, it does a little bit. So I'm confident enough, boys, that I'm gonna just put the backplate on this thing. Like, I do that 99% of the time and it just works. So something I just noticed, actually, is I do not have the power cord for this because I've used this power supply before. All of that is in the garage. So I'm actually gonna have to run to the garage to get this thing turned on. And welcome Taurus, or Terrace, sorry, I said Taurus. Welcome Taurus. I did not use your thermal paste today, but I did use it on a different project. I'm gonna make a video on it. It was very well performing. Thank you for sending that out. Last time you watched. Dude, why haven't you seen the channel in that long? I mean, no hate, but the channel's only gotten better since then. You got to pop in more often than that. So I'm going to go to my garage right quick. I'm going to go grab that PSU connector, and then we're going to turn this bad boy on and see what it looks like. BRB, boys. Be right back. I don't know if y'all can still hear me. Something cooking on this stuff. Here's one. I wonder if y'all could really hear me though. All right, I'm back. Could you hear me when I was out there? Let me know. Plug it in. And then Terrace, I know that you just now popped in, but go ahead and look back in the stream, man. There's a lot to watch. All right, that right there is a pretty good angle. Y'all ready for the big reveal? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Boom, and it's working first try, no biggie. No biggie at all. Did I pass white? Okay, no, here's white. It all looks white on that screen to me. So you haven't been watching because you also bought a 5090. Dude, honestly, respect, brother. Respect you for buying a 5090. Let me turn this other light on. I stopped watching YouTube as much for a minute after I did mine too, because there was so much to game, so much to do. But let's go ahead and look at this PC here. Dude, it's weird. Like on here, the fans, Like the fans don't look like that in person. That's so strange. I guess it's to do with 60 FPS or whatever. Um, Look at that. I think this stream is far behind because you guys are just now talking about if you heard me, but I'm showing off the PC right now. Is it hot? Will I die if I touch it? Okay, no, this is cool though. Look, this is RGB. I like that. The problem is this is not ARGB, this fan. Like that sucks. So it's just going to be a different color than the system. But yeah, RTX 5050, 12700 KF, 32 gigs of DDR5, 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. And guys, since I have this portable microphone, we can actually go to the garage and I can show you how to actually set up Windows on this thing. Now, I don't know if I want to do that tonight because I have to set up my laptop for OBS and it's not set up at all for like this whole setup up here. That's my mini PC. This mini PC rocks on, bro. Let me show y'all. It's a little workhorse, bro. That's what this whole stream's running off of right now. So usually it encodes all the gaming and all that, so I don't get any performance degradation. It's a little monster. There's a lot of cords. It just has a lot fed to it. But yeah, dude. Glorious build. Absolutely glorious. How much Sama fish tanks do I have piled up? Well, here's the thing, man. They went on sale for $60 during the Amazon Prime Day sale on Newegg. On Newegg, they're on sale. And I'm like, dude, $60. Like, what? This thing comes with 3 Infinity fans, RGB controller, fan controller, the works, right? Front USB-C, like it is the case to get. The one downside is that I/O is hard to put in. So I bought 2 of them. I have 2 in reserve right now. Or wait, no. Is this one of them? I have 1 in reserve. I have 1 more build I have ready to build after that. That build is going to have a Ryzen 7600X. I'm going to let you guys wait to see on the GPU for it. But yeah, so I kind of stockpiled stuff. I have some RAM, I have some storage ready to go just because I knew this thing was coming. In the fall, prices always go up. Happens every year without fail. So during the summer, I stockpile a little bit for Christmas season because that's when I make bank when it comes to flipping stuff. But yeah, this is the computer. It's glorious. I'm not a fan of this. This fan looks pretty ugly. I'm not gonna lie. There's like one little RGB, like it's not very bright. I have another fan I could put in place of it, which I might do. I very well might do that. Yeah. Boys, oh, it's getting bright in here. So boys, there was I want to go look at my phone right quick because tonight in the Newegg Shuffle, there was actually a 5070 for $450 and it came with Arc Raiders. And I'm like, dude, I could get that, throw out my B580 in a build, make probably $200, $300 margin off the build I sold it in. That pays for the 5070 and then just rock that 5070 in that little build down there. And that would be great for doing when I want to stream off it and do things like with NVIDIA Broadcast and whatnot, having CUDA. Also, it'd just be crazy performance. I do bring that little mini PC with me on vacations and me and my family game on it. So it'd be kind of nice to have something like that, you know, 3090 Ti performance after a cheeky overclock, things like that. So let me look on Newegg and see if I want it. Dude, you didn't get it? I haven't got any notifications about the shuffle. It said that it ended. Looking on my Gmail right now. So fish tanks, dude, the traditional style cases sold just as well as my fish tanks. To be honest with you, I think traditional sold better. I honestly can't tell though, because like, um, I can't tell which one sells better. They all sell. Like they all sell when I list them, dude. I have like a monopoly where I live on PC selling. Yeah, dude. What was I talking about? I kind of forgot. Yeah, no, all the PC builds I'm making, whether it's in this case or not, sell. Now, some of the quickest selling ones that I've ever done are in the regular style. Sama makes another case that I really like. It's been featured on the channel before. It's literally looks just like this case. Like it's like the exact same dimensions as this case, but instead of fish tank, there's 2 fans here on the front, and it literally comes with 3 RGB fans. Now they're not infinity fan style. But that is also a very good case for around $60 they make. However, this one with the infinity fans, it just looks so much more premium. And that reminds me, I need to peel these stickers off. You get a little. Oh yeah, did y'all hear that? Probably not. I have noise canceling on my mic right now. Is that satisfying? That was kind of like, I don't know if that's satisfying or not. What other questions you have always got for me? The more questions you got, the longer the stream goes. This thing, you know your PC build is aesthetic though, if even when it's turned off, it looks clean. You know, like it looks good, even when it's off. Dude, the 50/50 just looks so dumb in there though. Like, it's a powerful card for what it is. All right, George. Sit down, man. Sit down, George, because things are about to, you're about to get it. So, when it comes to my 5090 build, well, I mean, it's right here. Let me just show you. Just ignore this mic with the little makeshift pop filter on it. I don't know if I should leave this. Let me turn this light off and see if that makes things better. I think so. Okay, so this is the glorious 5090 build. We have a Zotac RTX 5090. Here, I don't know if this will make it worse or better. I have this little light bar. It's gonna be like pink. Oops. It's gonna be pink light. Looks cool. See? So that is a 265K in there. Tuned, absolutely tuned to the limit. Running with 4 sticks of DDR5. That is a mixture of A die in there. Mixture of A die sticks. And then also M die. So 24 gigabyte sticks and 16 gigabyte, totaling 80 gigabytes of RAM. Clocked to 7,400 megatransfers at CL36. No issues at all sticks filled. Crazy memory controller. With QDIM, with a QDIM kit, ooh, look at me. With a QDIM kit with 2 sticks, I was able to get 8533 megatransfers. All of that is in Gear 2. Okay, so 265K is no slouch when it comes to RAM speeds. Now, I tuned the die-to-die and things like that. This thing was 40% on average faster than my 13700K when tuned. And then over stock, over this 265K to max OC, it was about 20% on average, but in the lows, sometimes 40% faster than stock 265K to tuned 265K. I made a whole live stream about it. And then when it comes to my monitor, This is the most GigaChad monitor you can get. I know there's a purple tint, but this is a purple light. But yeah, it does have a purple tint when you shine light on it. It is a QD OLED. It is the MSI 27URX, something like that. It's glorious, bro. This thing, it's 4K, 240 hertz, DisplayPort 2.1, Butter Smooth LAN. Yeah, you don't know anything about Butter Smooth LAN until you try one of those out. It is really good. Frame gen, I'm not gonna lie, frame gen on that thing feels fine, just because of the motion clarity. Like the increase in motion clarity with the response times on that are insane if you can use frame gen to get to 240 FPS as long as you're at like 80 FPS, 70 FPS base resolution. Really enjoy that. And then we also have over there on the right, like right here, that is a 4K 120 hertz monitor. It's an Acer Predator. It's just good for Discord and YouTube videos. And then right over here, it's also connected to my computer. This is a C1 OLED, runs at 4K 120 hertz. So we have triple 4K monitors, all high refresh rate. Honestly, really good stuff there. And yeah, that's basically the setup. So pretty cool stuff. Let's see if we can get a, ooh. Oh, that looks sick. What if I turned it on? Dude. That looks like RGB when I shine that on there. I didn't know Gigabyte made a DisplayPort 2.1 version. Well, I see that we have 10 people watching. I don't know what else to talk about. If you guys have a question, go ahead and ask it now. Other than that, I'm probably going to end the stream. We can finally do a stream, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, where I set this up in my garage with Windows, show you guys how to set up a PC, how I do it. And that should be very quick. Like, it does not take me long to do that, especially on a high core count CPU like this with I have 2.5 gigabit Ethernet to my garage, so everything downloads instantly. It's like, it's crazy. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Can you trade a cat? Dude, it is so annoying. Facebook Marketplace is so annoying, boys. Like, people ask, I put on my post, like, no trades, do not ask for trades. The only thing I allow trades in is if you're trading in another PC. If you're trading in another PC, I will give you a very minimal amount for your PC. I'm kind of like the GameStop of gaming computers. Like, let's say they have a build that's like a Ryzen 3600, something that's common, like a GTX 1660 Super. I'm like, I'll give you $350 for that, like, or 300. Then I'll sell it for 500. Like, if you want to trade it in, I'll give you 300. And then, like, let's say they have, like, most people that have like a 2080 Super wouldn't trade in, but I would probably value that at like 550 and sell it for 750. You know, like, I'm just going to make money off your trade in, but you get a good product and you get like $400 or $500 off your computer. Now, if it's one of my friends, like, I've had friends in the past trade in their components, and at that point, like, I just value it at what I sell theirs for, just so they can finally get an upgrade. I've had some friends that just stick on like old pieces of hardware forever. I'm like, give me your old thing. I'm going to sell it to you. You can sell it to me what I sell it to them for. And basically you just get like a linear upgrade for a really good deal. So do some Battlefield 6. Yeah, we can play some Battlefield 6 on this PC if you guys want. See how the 50-50 handles it. Dude, here's my take, man. 16 series, it's like, okay, it has mesh shading, it has modernish encoders. Turings are like the first line of encoders I would say that actually are decent for like streaming and video encoding. But the 16 series only being capped at like 6 gigs of VRAM and not having any AI cores for upscaling really hurts it, dude. It ages it a lot faster than it would. Me personally, I'm done building builds that do not have AI accelerators. That includes 16 series. Like I'm done with 16 series. I'm done with GTX 10 series. I do not buy those cards even if they're dirt cheap. I just don't really care. Like I want my customers to have a good experience, and that includes upscaling now. And FSR is not really a good experience unless you have FSR 4, in my opinion. So I really only sell 20 series and up, and then on AMD side, I only sell 900. What would it be? The 9060 XT and up. I don't go for 7000 series. My opinion, that's not a very good architecture. It'd have to be a really good deal for me to go for that. Its upscaling technology is not the best, but its raw performance is there with the 700 series from AMD. Like the 7080 XT would be a good GPU. That's good performance. You don't necessarily need upscaling. No, I bought my C1 new. Like when it came out, I bought it for $1,300. It was on sale. It's a C1 48 inch, and that was super expensive then, and it's super expensive now. I just overpaid for it, but it was glorious being one of the first people of OLED gaming. I paired it with a 3060 Ti at the time, and it worked great. Played Resident Evil 2 Remake on it. It wouldn't take that experience back. I also watched Attack on Titan for the first time on that OLED over there. Worth it, worth the money. Still use it to this day, and I'm burning it in as we speak because these live streams definitely burn this thing in using OBS with the same background over and over again. But I've done a lot of precautions to not burn this thing in. Now this is an early OLED, so it will 100% burn in on you. Yeah, guys, so I actually hate cats so much, so I would not allow a cat to be traded in. I like dogs more, but I'm more of like non-animal guy. Well, cool. PC looks pretty good. I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and check and see if we had any donos or anything in the chat. I don't think we got any donos. RGB is more FPS. Yes, sir. Dude, you bought the Zotac model? Oh, no, that was me. Yeah. It also came with Borderlands 4, which I played the heck out of that game. It was a really fun game. Fill me in, bro. No diddy. Yeah, so sometime this weekend, boys, we can load this PC up with Windows, load some Battlefield up on it, test Battlefield live. You know, with 20 threads and DLSS 4, I think this thing's gonna run pretty smooth in Battlefield. Have a feeling, you know. But yeah, I don't see any more. I don't see anyone else talking, so I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream there, guys. Thank you guys for popping in. One more look at the PC here. It looks glorious. RTX 5050 Supremacy. Hey, if you get it for 170 bucks, it's pretty good. Great media encoders. Great software features with DLSS. It's bad that it doesn't have GDDR7, but you know, it supports all the Blackwell features, so it's going to have driver support for a long time. That's good. 8 gigabytes of VRAM, not good. But for low settings, 1080p is probably going to be okay for a little while for many games. So, yeah, boys. That is the stream. We're going to end it there. Thank y'all for popping in today. Silicon Steak, signing out.